Welcome to another edition of the OndeckTV podcast, episode 358, 10 toes down in the game. This week, we're talking about Champagne Poppy and the We The Best DJ Khaled teaming up for a two-pack to fight off the Corona blues, to give you something to listen to while they're in the house. Also, the Migos, they got a problem with the paperwork and they decided to part ways with their entertainment lawyer. We'll dive into QC's response. And presidential candidate Kanye West holds his first pep rally. Sad but true. We'll get deep into that. But first, Twitter, Instagram, everything's been in an uproar about your man's Napoleon himself, Tory Lanez, allegedly doing a full shootout. Well, not shootout. Allegedly shooting Meg Thee Stallion. I was trying to think of something clever to say there, but couldn't. Meg Thee Stallion came out and was, talking about this is her real life and that she was really affected by the alleged shooting. She went to the hospital. There was allegedly a party in the hills where an altercation happened, and Tory Lanez was arrested when the police found a gun in his car. This has been all fun and games for about 2 weeks now. We're really not sure what happened. My question to you, though, after you read Meg's tweet, do you think we're taking this as seriously as we should?
No, we're not. And look, man, you got to understand, like, this is one of the more like salacious hip hop stories in a minute, dude. Like, so I understand the public's response to it because this shit is crazy. Like, first, Tory Lanez gets arrested for the gun and having a gun in the whip on Sunday. Then, like 2-3 days later, Megan Thee Stallion comes out and says she was shot when at first TMZ reported that she had stepped on glass, which is why her foot was fucked up. Now she says she was shot multiple times.
She said she was the victim of a crime. She didn't say she was shot multiple times.
She did. She said she suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime against her. Oh. And she said she had to have the bullets removed. So she said plural. So when she said that, people were like, wait, what? Like, that don't even make sense. So the jokes inevitably are going to fly, though. That's the one thing that people have to understand. I understand Meg is coming online on Twitter and social media to look for support, words of encouragement, things of that nature. And you're going to get some of that, but you're also going to get these jokes. They're going to fly. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that that's the fact of the matter in 2020. So should people be taking it more seriously? Yeah, probably. Will they? Probably not.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Like, you don't get to pick and choose when shit hurts your feelings about what people can poke fun at. Like, we understand that this is Meg's real life. It's 2 weeks later, people don't even know what happened. No. So with the lack of relevant information, like, you go online, you're gonna get these jokes. Like, you're not excluded from anything. Like, everything has gotten these jokes, especially from Black Twitter, was notorious for dragging people. And to think that, to steal what you just said, you would go online for support and encouragement. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's 2020.
It's on there too. Stop.
Like, nah, well, if you Meg Thee Stallion, get out of here. Like, if you're looking for that, like, she got friends and close family that can help her out with that. But, like, I don't know what she thought she was going to get. Like, you got shot by Tory Lanez. You're a 5'3" rapper. Like, what happened? No one knows what happened, dude. Until nobody knows what happened and can really gauge the situation, you're going to get these jokes. And you're going to hurt your feelings. And that's what you signed up for. That's why you're Meg Thee Stallion. That's why you have 20 million followers. That's why you get the big checks when you go out. When you were driving the boat, you wasn't complaining. Now you're getting shot on the boat by a little pirate, and shit didn't hit the fan. Man.
Yeah, this I ain't gonna lie, these are two popular, young, in their prime artists, and you don't see a situation like this, especially involving a female rapper. Like, beef between two male rappers is unfortunately like a thing. That's nothing new, but you don't see that with a female. Like, that's strange. I mean, you might
see. We don't even know what happened still, bro.
No, we still don't. But it's
don't know that Tory Lanez shot her.
No, we don't know for a fact. But it's Tory Lanez camp has been saying, like, they're gonna take not self-defense. They're gonna take the accidental route, like it was an accident. But Megan Thee Stallion made it pretty clear that it was not an accident, and they think that he did that in response to her leaving the car or leaving him or something. Yeah. First of all, why does Tory Lanez even have a pistol on him, dude? Like, let's be honest. Why don't you have a 6'12", 397-pound bodyguard like the rest of hip hop, dude? What are you doing? I just watched the video of the baby going to get a chain made at Johnny Dang, and he had the biggest bodyguard I've ever seen in my life, dude. Like, why would he walk around with a pistol on him, bro? You're not in the like, stop, bro. That's when keeping it real goes wrong, and you damn sure don't need a pistol when you with Megan Thee Stallion and her friend
in the Hollywood
you fucking
Hills.
The three-way up, dude.
In the Hollywood Hills, nonetheless.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Tory
You fucked the night up.
Tory Lanez is too successful to have a gun on him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm gonna go on and throw it. Like, if anyone thinks he was keeping it real or being a real nigga by having a strap on him, you're wrong. I don't even think, like you said, if you're going out with a situation, this Megan Thee Stallion and her homeboys, like, the pistol is not the first thing that you're grabbing. Like, that's not it, bro.
No.
It's like I said, though, it's weird that it's been such a big story, but there's no information. Like, no one knows what the fuck is going on. So, again, I don't see where people wouldn't joke on this. Like, this is funny from the outside looking in without the real details, without nobody like Dateline doing a dive into it. Just on the surface, like Meg Thee Stallion, not her being shot, but threatening
just
to leave. Like, could you picture Tory Lanez trying to stop Meg Thee Stallion from leaving?
Yeah.
Can you picture that? How odd that's gonna look when she push him down? And he fall over the, like, that's gonna look funny, dude. When she pushes him down, she's standing there 6 feet in heels. He all of 5'4".
Yeah, max.
Like, what if she picked him up and moved him out of the way, dude? Like, what?
Did you see the video of her getting pulled over? Did you see
that?
I
didn't. What happened? I didn't see it.
They had the police had them get out the car, and it was they had a homegirl get out the car. They had her get out the car, and you could see the trail of blood from her foot.
Yeah.
When she was trying, they were having her walking, stand here and all this extra shit.
Even and you could see the bleeding and shit trying to get to the hospital.
Yeah, you could see the trail of blood. But she took the IG to clear up. She wasn't arrested. The police actually took her to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? But it looked wild though, man. It looked like a standoff.
It looked like a mug shot of her there too. It looked like a standoff when they pulled her over. Maybe
it looked weird. Like they was in the street. Like it was somebody was in maybe some apartments or something looking down. So it kind of had like a helicopter view type look to it. So it looked kind of strange. And then car doors are open and one person's laying on the ground and the other person's laying face on the ground. So it looked kind of wild. I was like, damn, that shit look crazy. But she cleared it up and said, look, man, I didn't get arrested. They took me to the hospital. It was a crime against me. Like, y'all taking this as a joke because y'all don't have the info. Okay, cool. But just know it's not a joke. And she said she was traumatized. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. She can't be traumatized.
She can be traumatized, but I don't. What type of bail are you looking for to come online and tell us that though? Like, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. No one cares if she was traumatized. Like, there's a million people out there to trade with her tomorrow.
That's fair.
And I think that sometimes people that are on that side of it, like really big celebrities, don't realize like what those big checks are for. Like, those big checks are for this shit. Like, this is what you signed up for. Like, whether it's right or wrong. And I'm not saying that you can treat celebrities a certain way without getting your ass kicked. I'm all for if you're going to throw in a camera in somebody's face. But at the end of the day, the reaction is the public's. Like, people can say what they want, man. Like, how you let it affect it is on you.
That's true. It come with the territory. It's fucked up, but it's going to be very interesting to see details. Like, it really need like a true Hollywood story on this.
Yeah, I want to know what happened for real. Like, that's what I want to know.
Crazy.
Like, it is funny to joke about, but I would like to know what happened. Tory Lanez is real close to getting deported. Megan is a national treasure. I did see that tweet. We deporting Tory Lanez if anything in the wrong that he put out here.
I agree, because he shot my baby, and I don't like that shit. Neither one of them have posted anything, by the way. Tory Lanez hasn't posted anything on IG since like the 10th. And other than that statement, Megan Thee Stallion hasn't posted anything. So they both went in hiding.
Are they associated with the same labels? Maybe some label politics or something behind that.
See, that's another thing. Who knew Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion were even friends? Like, what? How were they even
on that radio thing all the time? Quarantine radio.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I didn't know that.
Shooting this shot tough.
I ain't mad at that. Moving on, man. Let's talk DJ Khaled. Khaled is prepping his 12th studio album, I believe, and to celebrate, he dropped 2 singles. Now, gone are the posse cut all-star lineup style records. Instead, they were replaced with 2 solo joints, both featuring Drake. One is called Grease, and the other is called Pop Star. Did Khaled and Drake get a hit or a miss with these 2 records?
This is a miss. This ain't it. Either one of the records. That Pop Star is cool. If I'm Drake, I ain't doing cool records no more. One of the biggest praises that I gave on the Dark Lane mixtapes is that even like it seemed like I'm practicing out here and I'm putting up numbers with you niggas that are like full game mode. That was impressive. And to take a step back and to come out with DJ Khaled and to put out like some Reggie, this ain't even no mid, this Reggie. Like to put out 2 Reggie packs like is unacceptable for Drake. Like every move now from here on out like needs to be bodying niggas. Foot on throat. Y'all niggas cannot compete with me. Stop bringing my name up. I'm Michael Jackson of my time. Leave me alone. And he ain't doing that. Like I ain't putting like if Khaled got 2 mid songs and he getting on my nerves, which I'm sure that's how this happened, calling Drake, let me drop these 2 bangers I got. And Drake was probably like, I don't even really think they bangers, but you got it, bro. Like, go ahead. You need to do your rollout. Nah, we not doing that no more. Khaled, you mad? Okay, get in line, nigga. Get right there behind here. Pusha T and all the rest of these niggas is mad that I'm crushing shit. And he ain't like you can't put out shit like this when you Drake, in my opinion, even if it's a favor for DJ Khaled, which I assume it was. What do you
Probably so. And these are both hits.
What?
2 for 2.
Man, get
without
the fuck
question.
out of here, man.
Grease and Pop Star. See, this is what we're used to. We're used to an artist putting out 2 singles at one time, and one being for the radio, and then one being for the streets.
Man,
well, this is Drake.
These motherfuckers was for the trash can.
This is Drake. He drops 2 records. He drops one for North America and the other for the world. That's big boy shit that no other rapper can do. Pop Star is for the States, and it's going to ring off. If people were outside, it would be getting play. And Grease is to ring off across the waters. That's how big dogs move. I understand Kendrick does not know how to move like this because he only makes shit for people that live in Compton. That's it.
Kendrick's a big dog because I'm not giving DJ Khaled throwaways. Don't even ring my line, nigga. I ain't even in that game no more. I don't even know why you calling me. And it ain't even, well, Khaled, if you get 2 bangers, then it's the move for you if you put your name on there. But the posse cut, I forgot about that until you just mentioned that. That would have been fire right about now.
I don't know though. You can't really do no big dog video for it. You can't really do no rollout.
No, it's even easier. Just send me like 5 minutes. Get with your videographer. Send me 5 minutes. I'm gonna get a nigga to edit it up right. Put some sauce on it. Like DJ Khaled, I think he missed. Like he could have made this big, like one of them big DJ Khaled, like Brianna, Bryson Tillers. Like he had one of them in him. And it wasn't this 2-pack with Drake. You know, you gotta admit this ain't. If you rated any other Khaled single, this is below all of them.
No, Pop Star is fire. Pop Star is banging. It's low hanging fruit though, because Drake can make that in his sleep.
For a Drake and Khaled single,
bro, it's Khaled. Let's be honest. This is not Drake's album single. This is not God's plan. He's not gonna give him God's plan. You can cancel that. It's Khaled. Khaled is going to get the throwaways, and Drake's throwaways sound better than a lot of niggas A-list joints, bro. Like, let's be honest. That's all. You just tired of niggas winning.
Not this time. I wish they would have won. I wish they would have gave me some good music for this time period, but it didn't happen. You know it didn't.
On another Drake note, though, did you see Steve Stout convo with Russ talking about Drake when they were talking about major versus independent?
You know what he said?
Man, dude. So Russ, his label deal is up, and so he's now independent. And then they started talking about Drake's deal and kind of what's about to happen next with him. Steve Stout said that Drake is about to get the biggest record deal in the history of music, and they're going to do that. The majors are going to give him that because they don't want him to go independent. If he goes independent, then the music business is over with. And then Russ started breaking down like exactly why and what that means. Russ was like, you take a song like God's Plan, you go record God's Plan, and you spend the $10 it takes to upload it to the streaming sites. You spend 20, 30 bands on the beat, and then 5 bands to mix it. So let's just say at max he's all in for $50,000.
Right.
You release God's Plan independently, and you're making millions of dollars a week for you name the amount of time, nigga, for at least 3, 4, 5 years. He was like, bro, if he does that, people will see the blueprint and motherfuckers will never sign to a major ever again. They'll only go to they'll go the Drake. It'll be the Drake route at that point. And that's what he was saying. And he said, dude, the bag he's about to get is going to be ridiculous. They said he's going to drop within the next 6 months. And if you see a major with it, that means the numbers are crazy.
What was this song?
He did some type of interview with Russ, man. I don't know exactly what the platform was, but Google's our friend. I'm sure you can find the whole joint, but it was a dope conversation that they was having. You know, Steve Style be dropping gems and shit though. He dropped gems, and Russ actually does pretty good at dropping some good knowledge too. I
became a Russ fan after one of his interviews. Like he sold me on, like, you've been talking shit. Like, why are you surprised I hit you in your mouth? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a classic statement for me.
That's a fact. It is. But when you're talking numbers, my ears perk up. So not only was he on Instagram, like we said a couple of weeks ago, he was on Instagram showing his streaming numbers and the difference between the money he made being independent versus being signed. But now he talking like this and breaking down like how much Drake really could make if he went independent.
That's an interesting theory that I'd like to stay with just for 1 second, because essentially what they're saying is that Drake would make more money independently, but if they broke the bag off with him, it would be essentially to secure the music business stay the way that it was, as opposed to the way that it could be.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of responsibility for an artist like Drake.
That's a huge responsibility. And it's
what do you think he would do with those options?
Which he would do whatever makes the most sense for Drake. That's what Drake. Yes, he would do whatever made the most sense for him.
Be on the fence here. Like if someone told you, hey, Animal Brown, this podcast deal, and I'm going to break you off because I know if you did it the other way, every other podcaster is going to find out the way and going to eat from it.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would do what's best for me.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
The bag that Drake is going to get is going to be well, and he's probably going to get the masters to go along with it.
I don't think it's about the bag at that point. It's about the
being a trailblazer? He's already a trailblazer.
Yeah, but I mean, you go down in a different kind of history if you do that, right? Like, it's only so much money you can spend. But if I initiate a whole nother process, and that's a legacy you initiate.
I think he already had. I just trust me. I understand.
With what he has already done on top of it, if he's like, well, I'm going independent, like you said, and two, Drake is the epitome, though. Like, to say that, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. Of course, they have more knowledge with it than I do. But to say that Drake could do that for 50,000 and do millions in a week, this is not a shot. But Slim Thug can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still artists out there that are going to do that and even have a great beat and be able to spend 50,000 and not turn around $1 million in a year.
Yeah, but you got to understand the reason.
The market at that point.
But the reason,
don't think they can do it.
Listen, the reason that Slim Thug's Instagram looks the way it does, and his house looks the way it does, is because he owns the masters to several of his projects, and a lot of that stuff that he sold was independent. Right. So that's why you just get a bigger piece of the pie, and the pie is bigger than what a lot of people are aware of. And we're going to get to that with this Migos in a second. But the pie is a lot bigger than people know. You see those low ass per streaming numbers that they pay you on streams and shit, but that's only half the battle with how much you could be making.
So they're saying that Drake would expose he would pull back the curtain per se, not necessarily that he would make more being an independent person, but he would blueprint, like you said, or peel back the curtain as to you thought this was a $100 million deal or $100 million play when we did this. This is on reality is a $500 million.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So think of tomorrow if we woke up and it said Drake signs $200 million deal with Universal. We'll be like, God damn, that shit crazy. But think if he went independent and 5 years from now it says Drake has made $500 million off of. That's a bigger deal than people like. That's twice as much.
I don't even understand why. There's no reason if I'm Drake why I would even, unless Apple came to me and they was like, "Shit, you want to seat at the board?" That's like the only. If it was a big company, like there's no record company that could sign me if I was Drake. They're like, y'all out of here. I'm talking to like Xfinity. I'm talking to like Comcast, Apple.
Verizon.
Yeah, they got y'all niggas Universal. Y'all out of here. But
We'll see.
maybe they
Only
know more
time will
than me.
tell. What we got, man? Migos
Next,
talk.
man, we got on the list your boys, the Migos, the North Side's finest. They clearly have had some conversations with someone outside of the QC camp, and contracts are under review. And what I mean by under review, there are a lot of frivolous charges, we'll say. A lot of putting the putting it on the top as far as when they had their review or quote unquote audit done of their situation, and now they want out. They're wanting to separate from their entertainment lawyer. His name is Damian Granderson, represents other people in the music business, and the Migos, due to conflict of interest, stated in their claim to the courts, they want out of their record deal and want to be compensated for what they missed. How do you feel about everything going on with the Migos? Because QC was dragged into this. The conflict of interest is this same lawyer represents the Migos and the record label QC. So P, the head of QC, did come out with a response to say everybody is family and everything is negotiable, but it seems like he hasn't talked to the Migos. Again, what do you think, that there's trouble in paradise or this can be resolved?
Now, this is a huge deal. Huge deal. So the issue is the lawyers hid the fact that QC was profiting more off of the albums that were distributed by Capitol than it appeared. Apparently they hid that fact.
What you were just talking about.
Then they weren't made aware of side deals that QC had going on that involved Migos, in which they got more money off of that, and the Migos didn't get anything. So, and then on top of that, they found out that the same people that represent them represent QC, which is an obvious conflict of interest, representing the boss and the employee. We already know whose side they're going to be on. Now, he wrote like a 4-page letter on Instagram, like vehemently denying unfair practices. But bro, this is what happens in a pandemic, and you can't get any show money, and you're starting to look at your finances with a fine-tooth comb, and then things like this appear. I guarantee you, if we were not in a pandemic and things were normal, we would have never heard of this. There would have never been a review of shit, because there'd have been no need to, because the money would have been coming in and it would have been good. We said this on the show, dude. Like, we said this a couple of, I can't remember which episode it was, but we said this when I think Lil Baby got bought like a Bentley for his birthday or some shit. Hey, bro. We don't need the hey, thanks, P. I appreciate the sentiment, but you could just give me the $200,000 that Bentley is worth. You don't have to buy me a car. Like, when we see cars getting bought, you flash back to Cadillac Records and you think that it's a shuck somewhere tucked in under that paperwork, and it sounds like maybe that's the case. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate based off what we've heard. And you referenced Cadillac Records. Juvenile told the story when he first got with Cash Money. And niggas was like, shit, all of them your cars? Like, yeah, I bought them. He buys one every time we put an album. Talking about baby.
Yep.
I say all of that to say, man, like, I fuck with QC and I fuck with P. And this is where you have to do your due diligence at the beginning if you're Migos, regardless of how much you consider people as family, and get your own lawyers. If a lawyer works for QC and he works for you, you're employed by QC, like you said. So his priority is going to be the person who makes him the most money.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it's supposed to be in the law world. I disagree with you in the point that the pandemic is what caused this. I alluded to this a little earlier when I talked about Lil Baby's rise, and I asked you what you thought, or how you felt about the Migos would feel about not being number one over there anymore. And I think what starts it is two things, not just from their side. The pandemic, of course, now that they find tooth comb and it plays a role in it. But once the Migos started to see Baby getting the looks that they were getting, because he closer to P than they are, and once he's around more than they are now, and once it starts to get to a point when you're P, your cash horse has changed, and as a businessman, you have to notice that. So of course, baby gonna get preferential treatment. He hotter than y'all are right now.
Right.
Like I ain't not saying that y'all can't get hot, but right now he's hotter than y'all.
Of course.
I think P did a good job in addressing it when he said that everything is negotiable, and he alluded into in that post that I haven't heard from y'all. And we're supposed to be family, and this is supposed to be a thing. One of the biggest breakdowns that we have in our community as Black people, and us especially as Black men, is the breakdown in communication, not being able to have a conversation without getting emotional. From how they looked on screen, the Migos, P, Baby, the stories that were told, this could have been handled with a phone call. Like from how they looked on screen. And then what I'm saying is, if you remove the emotional part out of it, you get the information of what happened, and you call P and you say, hey, this is what my people telling me, as opposed to going to file for the courts. Like if you have a real, I guess, a trust or a family orient with that person, then you can present that to them and let them solve that problem, as opposed to, well, he wouldn't have been getting over on me in the first place, and I can't trust you anymore. Like, these are contracts. Combat Jack said it best, like, when he was talking to Dame Dash, like, fam, I don't got no ill intent towards you. I'm just doing my job. And, like, if you can't have a conversation with me about how I'm doing my job and you feel like you're supposed to get something more, then come and say something to me. You don't got to go, if we are family and we're cool for real, you don't have to go do all of that. You can go file your court case, and I wouldn't see anything wrong with it. I catch you in court. Right. But you can't call yourself being what you said you were if you can't present that problem to him. And he said that he hadn't heard from them. He claimed that this was his first time hearing about this. And I don't think that that's the way that you handle it.
I mean, people feel betrayed though, man. Like they've been with him since 2013.
That's where the emotion part come from. Like, okay, that's business. You get betrayed in business. Like, you're feeling, like people say business and emotions like ain't the same thing. It is. Like, your feelings are going to get hurt. Shit ain't going to go your way sometime. How you react to it is how you become, what you want to be, essentially.
Now, to be fair, they didn't go on Instagram and say, fuck P and fuck QC. Didn't. That would be reacting emotionally. Calling lawyers and suing and getting what's owed to you because you felt like things have been hidden from you purposefully. That's business. That's how you handle it business-wise. You don't have to call. That's true, directly.
But that's after emotional reaction, though, bro. Like, you're right. That is absolutely business. But the first thing in your head, like if you and I have an issue, the first thing that I'm not going to call my lawyer first. I'm going to call you.
Well, it's a little different.
It's not.
It's a little different.
It's not. And if you, like I say, they portray themselves as that. Yes, it can appear one way on paper, but contracts are negotiable. That's what they there for. They ain't there to hold nothing in place. They there, okay, I want to have a conversation about this. And the contracts leave gray areas for you to have a conversation about this. So before I got to call a lawyer, or before I got to do all that, I made the decision not to call you. And that is the emotional reaction that I'm talking about. Like, that's an emotional decision. If I know this person, been knowing this person, and I made the decision, you trying to fuck me just based off some shit I read or something somebody else told me, that's emotion. That's emotional.
Let me tell you why P put out that 4-page letter on Instagram. The number one reason why, well, actually 3 reasons why he put it out. Number 1 is Lil Baby. Number 2 and 3 are City Girls. Because what happens?
Whoa. You forgot number 1. That's Cardi B.
I mean, she's managed
by QC. Yeah, she just came out this weekend and said she no longer has management.
Right. She was with one. Well, that too. That's fair. But he did that because what happens when you're on a label and your label mate says they're getting robbed? Everybody you immediately call your lawyer and say, "Hey, take a look at my shit."
Everybody want to see the paperwork now.
I'm talking about take a look at it stat. I don't give a fuck if you don't get sleep tonight. Pull that shit up and go through it and tell me, am I getting what they're getting? I need answers. I'm talking about immediately, nigga. Like, so can you imagine? Lil Baby was fresh out of the trap. Can you imagine what his paperwork looks like, dude? Like, we can't be naive to think that when we've got decades of people claiming the industry as being vultures to its artists,
but see, that's
to
my
not
problem,
think that is bro, it's happened too many times though.
True, and too many times it gets to an emotional. Like, people have to be able to have a conversation behind business. People get fucked every day. Just because this person was close to you, it doesn't exclude you from getting fucked. And like, America is a capitalist society. You should
Facts.
be able to have a conversation, even if you do get fucked. Like, you can be mad and all of that shit. You get that time to do that, but you should still be able to address it and adjust yourself accordingly, as opposed to flying off at the handle, not doing business with someone anymore, not answering the phone. And I'm not sure that these things happen. Maybe the people just lying and tried to reach out or didn't try to reach out. I'm not sure.
Yep.
But from the information that we've had, if you find out information like this and you go dark, that's emotional to me, and that shouldn't be, in my opinion. And that's the problem. The first instinct of people, especially in our culture, is to find out information where you think somebody's getting over on you and not wanting to have a conversation with them, thinking that they have ill intent against you for the rest of your life. And I would point out the Locks and Puff Daddy. Like, yeah,
Right.
like Jada Kiss said, we handled that incorrectly. Once we got older and realized that all we had to do was have a conversation with Puff and we would get what was owed to us, boom. Now, Mace may not feel the same way
No, he
because he's
doesn't.
acting emotionally, I think. So, like, it's all about what you're able to negotiate and being able to have a conversation, in my opinion.
I hate that it happened to them though, man. I
Yeah.
like the image of QC. I like the brand that they were building. So you kind of hate to see it fall into that stereotype of the music industry. I hope they figure it out.
Right. It makes J-Hove right too, which is never a good thing.
Yeah, he called that. Not gonna lie.
J-Hove been calling that for like 2 years.
Man, next up, man, before we get to this Snoop Dogg versus DMX preview, let's talk Kanye West. Kanye held a campaign rally for his presidential run in South Carolina on Sunday. Footage of the video went viral as he spoke on everything from Harriet Tubman to his late mom. You can hear boos from the crowd off some of his comments. My question is, Kanye actually doing more to damage himself, or do you think he's getting more sympathy votes now?
I don't think he's getting any votes. I'll be very clear here. Man, I think that this is next level album promo. I don't think that this has anything to do with mental health anymore. This doesn't have anything to do with wanting to be the president or liking Donald Trump. How can I push the envelope as far as it can go to sell a record? And to me, that's nasty. 43 years old, 44, you got to get up here and play around about your mama name and play around about slaves and play around about all these other things. That's nasty to sell a record. But I mean, if that's how Kanye West want to conduct himself, I'd already mailed him out. Like, y'all, as people know that listen to this show, a long time ago. So I look at this and I'm never surprised. Like, I can have conversations with my girl and she's like, "Do you see what?" Yeah, and like it's never. I don't think that short of killing himself, Kanye West would do anything for you to listen to his music and to what he's got to say. And that's nasty to me.
Yeah, I know one thing. He's making it real hard on his fans.
I was just going to say, as an apologist, man, like, how do you feel? Like, I know your phone was buzzing off the hook.
He making it real difficult. Because he's all over the place, man. Like, let's be clear. He's always all over the place. Just like you said, he has an album coming out. I think Friday is supposed to drop. It's named Donda after his mom. And see, so this is all promo to me as well. But here's the thing, though. I don't think that necessarily he's faking some of the emotional reactions for promo. I just think he's putting himself in these situations to garner those reactions, and in return, it's being used as promo for something that he has coming out. I still think the way he feels and thinks and that he does have issues, I think those are real. I think that's clear. It's been like that for a minute. It just didn't happen yesterday. I know one thing. Kim K is probably sitting back like, "Hey, man, he got him on the clock." She is
with this shit.
What?
She with this shit.
Well, to be fair, no, she is with the shit until it damages the Kardashian brand.
You think you see this damaging their brand?
Maybe not yet, but it's possible. Like they made.
Don't nobody to look at the card. My bad. Don't nobody to look at the Kardashians care about Harriet Tubman and her turning slaves on the white. Like I think that,
you'd be surprised how many different people watch
I'm
the Kardashians.
Funny. Yeah, I'm right being funny, but. I just don't. I think that their agreement in the beginning, because I do think that there is an agreement between those two, Kim K and Kanye. As long as you don't fuck up what I got going on over here, And
Yeah, I
you're
believe it.
talking about Jesus, and you're talking about whatever else Kanye West talks about. I don't think it ever interferes with the Kardashian brand.
I mean, and two, their brand is made on taking real life and turning it into promo for shit.
Yeah.
So, but hey, listen, if the day that she decides to dip, y'all think he got issues now? If he packed them kids, if she packs those kids up and leaves, dude, bro, that's probably why she hasn't dipped yet.
That's the next album.
That's the next funeral.
Did that yet? It's because the next album.
That'll be his last.
Something to roll out.
That'll be
his last album. He'll call it Divorce. He's gonna be back off secular music or whatever it may be. I guess it's old.
For the record, he's not running for president though. Stop. Like let's be honest, you guys. He's not running for fucking president. That's not going to happen. He's not going to be on your ballot. He did a damn campaign rally in a basement with 30 people around, man. Like, that's not how shit is done. That was low budget album promo. I'm not watching the whole clip. I'm going to act like it didn't happen, and I will never bring that shit up after we have this discussion.
At what point do you start selling your Yeezys?
Hell no. I already told you. When he starts making MAGA music, then I will start to turn around. Because the shit that he is saying in these interviews is MAGA talk.
Yes.
It's a lot of MAGA talk. But in his music, if you're listening to the music, he's still saying everything that he's been saying from day one. So until the day he makes MAGA music, I'm all in, but he's making it tough for me to defend him. And he need to sit the fuck down. The two songs that he put out with this project are both fire, and I'm here for the music and the
Kanye West.
Yeah, them shits go hard. The Donda song is fire.
I don't even think I've heard it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just making
old
that face.
Kanye too, like that.
Oh, the clip, that little minute clip.
It was like 2.5. It's a song though. That shit hard. That sample super hard. Like that's.
It was cool.
Oh my God.
Are you waiting? No, I'm just saying it was cool. Like, what more can you give Kanye West right now other than it was cool? Like,
no, the song was dope.
I'm not here for it. It wasn't dope.
Niggas want old Kanye, they get old Kanye, and the shit's just cool. That's because you're tired of his persona. Just say that. The song is dope.
I've been saying that shit for 3.5 years. I probably was the first nigga saying that shit.
But you're hating on the song, though. The residuals of that is hating on the music when the song is good. That's all.
Not wanting to hear it is the residual of it. Not caring about the music is what I would say.
Fuck.
That's 100% what I would say.
Let's get to we got a new Verzuz battle. Yeah, man. Those are the topics for the week. Listen, we have a new Verzuz battle this Wednesday. Snoop Dogg, DMX, West Coast, East Coast, Darkman X, Snoop D-O-double-G, the Dog Father. We've got a couple of questions here. We're gonna go down, who we think will win the singles battle, maybe who we think will win the features battle, because there's battles inside the battle. Let's be clear.
Yep.
We even got some prop bets going on. But first and foremost, even though I know the answer to this question, we asked it during Nelly and Ludacris, so we have to ask it again. And of course, we'll get to who we think will win and all that shit. Who had the bigger impact between Snoop and DMX overall as a rap career? Yeah, we know the answer to this shit.
This is laughable. Snoop, right?
Yeah,
he's not even.
He's the most recognizable rapper of all time.
I thought you was gonna come in here and try to cape for your boy. You like the biggest DMX fan I know.
DMX was the shit when he came out.
You're the biggest DMX fan, like hands down, that I know.
You need new friends because DMX was the shit when he came out. And first of all, do you think this is a good matchup?
I could see why Verzuz did it. I could see it being entertaining. And I could see it being sneaky good, but I wouldn't have thought about it. Like, this would have been like one of the last pairings that I would have thought of if I were curating these. Like, I'm not sure how you come to like the Dog versus Dog, maybe. Yeah. But I'm not sure how you even get to Snoop Dogg versus DMX. So DMX, and I always say this. I love DMX. Second, third, fourth album, but after that it was I don't even know if I like this fourth album. Second and third album.
Put respect on the first album, goddamn. What are you talking about?
The first album was cool.
Oh my God.
Some of that we'll get into New York bias here in a second. But the first album was cool. It was nowhere near Snoop's first album. Let's get that.
We'll talk about their discographies in a minute.
But yeah, like this it's not an even matchup if we talking about like what Snoop has done for the game and
No,
hits.
I agree. If we're talking legacies, like Snoop is what 1A, maybe 1B. Like,
Yeah, it's like
who else is more recognizable than him?
It's Snoop,
bro. Like
Jay-Z.
Exactly, and Jay-Z's not doing this shit. Let's be clear.
He should.
Yeah, but he's not.
Well. Are there other people with enough hits like Snoop and Jay-Z would be the pairing? Would that be it?
You can do Wayne, Snoop and Wayne. Wayne. There's a handful of people that can't be fucked with, and that's Wayne,
Snoop.
Well, yeah, no, that's fair. Wayne, Snoop, Drake, and then on the production tip, Pharrell, Kanye, and maybe Dre.
Wayne,
they don't want to see anybody.
Wayne and Drake would be fire.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But Drake's still in his prime. He's not doing this shit. People in their prime not doing this. Let's be clear. I don't
think that's a good move. If you want to go down that road, we can, or we're going to stick to. I don't think that doing this in your prime, like if
nobody in their prime is doing this, bro.
They should though.
This is Dancing with the Stars, bro.
Nah,
this is for legacy acts.
That's bad branding by Verzuz. Then
no, it's not.
If I'm Verzuz and I work in the marketing department, I'm throwing everything at somebody current to come do this.
They're not doing it, bro. I'm telling you. Man. Who, like Wale?
Who don't want to control hip hop or the culture for like 2-3 hours for a night? Everybody, you telling me that people don't need this? Drake may not need this,
right?
That's it. Like nigga, even Kendrick Lamar could use this. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, this is big. Like this Verzuz shit is big. Only reason I feel like current artists wouldn't do it because their songs ain't relevant enough. Like this, you got to be a dog. Drake is a current artist that probably could do it if that's where the road we want to go on.
Look, one day maybe we'll get a current act that is in his or her prime doing this. I don't see it happening. This is more of legacy. This is more nostalgia. I think that's what Swiss and Timbaland were going for. But we know who got the bigger impact. Like I'm not even finna cheat DMX like that. DMX run was maybe 6 years. Snoop's run was 36 years. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair. And that's why the matchup is a little weird. I think they tried to get other people and then just somebody in the marketing team thought, oh, this dog versus dog and it'll be cool promo. We can do the little picture with 2 dogs. And okay, that's cool. But, bro, like, and we'll get to score predictions and all that, but this is tough. Now, the battle inside the battle. I think there's 3 battles. There's a singles battle, there's the features battle, and there's kind of like the B-side battle. Does DMX win any one of those, in your opinion? Features, singles, or B-side?
Features for sure. Like the features battle. What you talking about with people on his songs? Or like
no, I'm saying him being featured on other people that he could use for the purpose of this
Oh.
battle. Because you already know how that's going to go.
Nah. Well, he may not win one of those, but I was thinking features in the sense of like he got some iconic songs with like the Locks, with Hove.
Of course.
Like that's one thing that Snoop don't got. Snoop ain't got no like big catalog with big dogs. I'm thinking of right now that were big songs. He may have songs with a lot of people, but I don't think that they were his biggest songs were solo or with Dre or Eminem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we talking about, because DMX can play some shit that'll get a room right, if it like something with like Reservoir Dogs or some shit. I can't think of other than some shit with the Locks on there.
Right.
Like that'll go off. Some shit with Eve or something. But if I'm Snoop, man, I'm not gonna play no games. All 20 rounds. I'm going in there to go 20-0.
If like, Snoop wants to be petty,
I would.
If Snoop wants to be petty, he could crush
elbows. Elbows every round.
We talking singles,
what you play, nigga.
Boom. Well, I don't know. Hold on. What does Snoop play when DMX plays kind of like that real that slip and fall and can't get it? Like that's real shit with emotional attachments. That's bigger than that's not bigger.
You got to go the other way. You got to go all the way the other way and play beautiful.
That's not gonna work, man.
Light the mood up in here. Let me hit you guys with some Pharrell. Boom. Let me hit y'all with that. I know y'all happy now. Like I'm hitting him with 20 like monsters. I like DMX want to fight me when this is over. At least gave me a break, bro. Nope. You out of here. Look at the score, 20-0. Get him out of here. Maybe what these bitches want. Maybe he got to catch Snoop on like sleep.
You think Beautiful don't crush that though?
He don't even play it one time.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah,
That's fair.
If
Drop
he
it like it's hot,
yeah.
it's crushing that, bro. Ain't got nothing for that.
It'd be ugly out here for that.
Like Snoop's music, 200 years from now, when aliens
like
invade the Earth.
Look, gonna be like Mozart, nigga.
When aliens have invaded Earth and they're on here moving amongst us and shit now, they're going to hear 1, 2, 3, and 2, and it's going to hit the exact same. It's going to be banging 200 years from now when humans and aliens live on Earth, dude. It's going to be banging, and DMX has banging shit, but it's more of a time capsule of that time where the shiny suit era was going on, and he came through, you know, with the chain around his neck and the big dog pit bull and the dirty tin. Like, he came with the opposite of that. So he has a specific. He has a moment in time.
Yeah,
Snoop has timeless
imprint, nigga.
That's going to be tough for DMX to keep up with, and that's my dog. No pun intended.
If I'm Snoop, I'm coming rough. Like I ain't here to play no games. We can chat and have fun after we play our 20, but for this verses, I'm gonna dust you for them even put you, like, don't even put this nigga on the board with me. Next time, if I'm Snoop the whole time I'm playing song, next time y'all niggas better call Jay-Z. Y'all niggas better call Wayne. Like, every song, no disrespect to you, DMX, man, but they should have got somebody else in here, man, because you finna get slaughtered.
Do you think it's a good personality match?
No, that's why it was
for entertainment.
I'm not sure what state DMX is in now. I say
that's important. That's key.
Because we don't know, like, DMX. We've heard stories like him wilding, and I don't want him to snap on Uncle Snoop out here, man, for like busting his head. So I hope, you know what I'm saying.
I think he's in the right state of mind, man.
He let him hit the blunt or something, man. If he's able to do that, you know, he just got out of rehab. He let DMX hit the blunt, and hopefully we have a good, fun time. Hopefully DMX will play into it. DMX a funny dude. Like, he is like, yeah, he's funny. He's funny, dude.
I don't really think of him as being funny.
You know, not purposely, but it comes off as funny. Definitely being DMX, but it's something that would be entertaining. So if DMX can get in his bag, he kind of snarky. Snoop. Like, Snoop gonna make it do what it do. He been doing this shit for 30 years, man. And look like he can do it for 30 more. So
yeah,
Snoop got the personality in the bag. He got the songs in the bag. Like, this gonna be a long night for X, boy.
Bro, Snoop has 17 studio albums, 175 singles, 37 million records sold worldwide. Bruh, and again, I want to be clear. DMX is my dog. His run was from about 98 to about 06. And I'm being so generous with that 06.
Yeah,
it's really like 04.
Super generous. Even 03.
But he can't come out with that like, that's just not going to, like, Snoop could literally just play something from him in Dog Pound. And it and he could have a little building right, the little New York building right there in front of him and kick it over, and he got a little Lego building.
The only way X get points for, like, if he come in with, like, the Rough Riders. Like, this nigga need Drag on, D. Like, Eve gotta be in there. Swiss need to be there. Like, they gotta get hype when the songs play. For him to even have, like, a chance for 3 or 4 rounds. Like, anything other than that, man, Snoop finna watch this nigga.
Snoop has DMX has 8 albums.
He got 3 good ones.
He has 46 singles.
46. The song Stop, Drop.
That's gonna go though. But it can't do nothing against
Snoop hit him with that deep cover. Get it out of here, niggas.
No. Whoa. Deep cover not beating that. Deep cover not beating that.
Stop, drop. Yeah, it is. Deep cover is beating Rough Riders anthem all day and twice on Sundays. Let's go. Get it out of here.
Rough Riders anthem can beat. It can beat deep cover. It can beat Murder Was the Case.
Nah. Absolutely
crazy as fuck. He's not gonna go 20-0, man. God damn.
Look at the sky. My mind starts tripping. The tear drops my eye. Come on, dog.
That shit gonna be
shit was banging, man.
No, it was the shit.
DMX need to go first, and he got to play all his hits like out the gate. If he got a chance, nigga, he got to set the tempo. He got to come out strong. Nigga got to come out fired, nigga. He ain't got time to play no games.
What? All right. So we both have kind of alluded to who we think will win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, first let's go discography because, look, I said DMX had 8 albums. You said 3 of them were good.
2.
Snoop has 7. That's Hayden. Snoop has 17 albums. How many of those were good?
He's had a hit every decade, though. That's what this Verzuz is about. Hits.
No, I'm just talking about the damn. We've moved on. We understand that it's going to be a thrashing.
How many good albums do Snoop got?
Yes, let's keep it a stack. Some people will say his best album was his first one, and it's been downhill since.
Well, I mean, his best album is his first one, but it was a classic. Like, it was a classic. It ain't one of these new classics either, nigga. That's for real deal. Put that motherfucker on today, and it's gonna ride. So, I mean, it's hard to put out anything good since that. I like that blue carpet treatment.
Well, I'm not about to say he hasn't put anything good out. I'm just nothing to nowhere near that magnitude.
Well, I mean, look at it though. That magnitude is high. Like that is arguably the best hip hop album ever. Like you can make an argument for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, like once you do that, man, Snoop, you can just smoke weed and chill. Like
Snoop put one out about 2 or 3 years ago that actually sounded
we
pretty straight
about it on the show on here. I can't think about it.
I think it was Kool-Aid. That motherfucker was all right, if I remember, or that Never Left. One of those 2 was actually kind of fire, like real low key. Snoop has a decent. This is gonna sound crazy because we're talking about a legend who's been in the game for 30 years and has sold zillions of records and is an icon living, but he has a solid discography. Like, let's be honest.
Kool-Aid. And Never Left, all right too though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
After Kool-Aid.
That's the one with the throwback cover on it where he is kind of like an old. Yeah, that's all. That album was cool, but let's be honest, we're not revisiting that like on no weekly shit, bro. Like, come on. He's got a couple of dope albums. The No Limit album was cool.
The Dogfather or
the Dogfather was the Death Row album. That was trash.
Oh, you talking about The Game Is to Be Told? The Game Is to Be Sold, Not Told is a flop.
No.
It was the first No Limit album. The Game. It
was good.
That was a flop. It was good for you as a No Limit fan. I was expecting a lot more.
He sold 2 million.
I mean, that's P. It's P.
Double platinum, nigga.
That was Penny and like Shaq when he came to No Limit. Nigga, P and Snoop hooking up? You serious, nigga? Give me the CD right now. I guess that's why I don't like it as much either, though, because I was expecting so much. Like, you got to think how big Snoop was. Probably that was the biggest free agent signed in rap history to that.
That's
point.
A fact.
And P was like our uncle. So yeah, shit, that was it. But I was expecting a lot more out of that album. The Last Meal.
That was okay.
What Paid the Cost to Be the Boss? That wasn't bad.
No, a lot of these. He's got a lot of not bad.
A whole lot of mediocre shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was a hit on almost all of these albums too, though.
Not all 17.
Damn near.
Shit.
Damn near.
That Beautiful was on that Paid the Cost to Be the Boss, and that's all that matters in life. He's probably not gonna play that until like the last 5.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, that's true.
He don't have to
end it with that.
Yeah,
that
that's the question.
That
what is the song?
Treatment had I see you whining and grinding. DMX might not have nothing for that, man.
Snoop not playing that. He's not playing that.
Over that bowl. That's a hit for DMX. Man, I'm playing that against DMX. Really,
he's not playing that
and talking shit. Like, it's 60 down in my catalog, my nigga.
Yeah, Akon in there with me and it.
Man, I get this nigga a tag team partner, man. Get somebody else in here to help this nigga out, man. He playing that blue carpet treatment.
What okay, so what's the score? What do you have the final score?
19-1.
Get the fuck out of here, man. We're not gonna be disrespectful to Earl Simmons.
One's a Simmons.
We're not gonna do.
Nigga. If I were betting a salary on it and I had to put up the number closest to what I thought the Snoop would win, I would 100% go 16.
16-4?
16-4. That's like a realistic number. What would you go?
If Snoop wanted to crush him,
20,
then I could see. Nah, he wouldn't do that.
20.
But if Snoop wanted to crush him, then yes, I could see 16-4. I think Snoop will be a little more. He'll put on a little bit more of a show, and it'll be 13-7. He'll keep scores close.
That's a whole lot of DMX love right there, boy.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
I'm reaching. Swear I'm reaching, trying to give him a chance.
You love X, boy.
We got some prop bets though.
Okay.
We got 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
Over or under 2.5 blunts smoked by Snoop throughout the night.
What's the normal versus time? What you going about? An hour, 2 hours?
I will say 2 hours.
Over 2.5 blunts. Easy. He at least running 4 blunts.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
At least 4 blunts in 2 hours for Snoop. You got over or under?
I was over for sure.
Facts.
And they'll be in the same room, just like how the last ones have been. You know
That's
what I'm
fire. That's good. That's good shit.
And it's on Apple Music too. Like I'm all in. Next prop bet: what color Timbs will DMX have on? Wheat or black? Because that's all he wear. I've never seen DMX in anything but Timbs. It don't matter what month it is.
I'm going wheat. You gotta go wheat Timbs, man. I think it's what New York niggas like. The black ones for the winter. The wheat Timbs for the summer. He might have the toes cut out the wheat Timbs.
Open toe Timbs.
Open toe wheat Timbs, man. I'm going with the wheats. What you got, black?
Nah, DMX is gonna be in Dark Man X mode. He's gonna be in all black. He's gonna have the black Timbs on.
Because it's his funeral. But
one more, 2 more. Over or under 5 songs played from Doggy Style and Chronic by Snoop. So combining Doggy Style and Chronic, how many songs will be over 5 that he plays from there or under?
Over. I'll go with 7. I think he's gonna do about 7. He's gonna give you about 4. He's gonna at least 4 from Doggy Style.
Nah, he's not gonna do 4 from something. No.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Gin and Juice. Murder Was a Case is on there. Lottie Dottie's on there.
You count Murder Was a Case then.
Yeah, I'm counting Murder Was a Case. Facts.
Oh, shit.
And then the Chronic, you got Dre Day and
that Dre Day.
And Nothing But a G Thing. Like Nothing But a G Thing. The first thing ringing off.
Ooh.
Like soon as we start this motherfucker out, just give me Nothing But a G Thing. Point for me. Let's move on. You ain't even gotta play a song, DMX. Next.
Snoop really gonna play like 12 from the 90s before he even get out of the 90s.
Yeah, like we like DMX better have some unreleased Jay-Z freestyle with him and Jay-Z on that battle that everybody talk about that happened between them niggas. He better have that footage and audio, and Swiss better have chopped that shit up and put a beat behind that shit. That's the only way that nigga gonna have a chance.
Last prop bet, man. Who has more beats played, Swiss or Dre?
That's a good one. Do Snoop got any Swiss beats? Because I know DMX ain't got no Dre beats.
I don't know off the top of my head. That's a great question.
I gotta go maybe Dre. Because Dre was like lacing Snoop when like most of Snoop slam dunks is gonna be from Dre.
Snoop does have some Swiss beats, but they're not like songs that'll get played in this battle.
Ain't make it to this battle.
Yeah, nah. That ain't gonna happen. I'm still going Swiss because that's gonna be DMX's whole damn catalog. And whatever he plays that he was featured on is probably gonna be Swiss as well. There are gonna be several Swiss beats played on here.
What is that? What's on go ahead. You said there's what?
I was gonna say there's about how many Dre songs is he gonna play? Snoop is probably gonna play about 6 Dre songs.
See,
because he had America's Most Wanted too.
At least.
Oh my God.
What is it? Is that DMX that X is coming for you?
That's Swiss.
If
I'm not mistaken.
For you. He better play that first.
Run, hide, duck. We don't give a fuck. X is.
He need to play that off the muscle just to get it like a little, let people know what type of time he on.
I don't know who made that beat though. I can't remember who made that beat, but you got to look at like, what if he plays a B-side banger like One More Road to Cross? Like he can't play nothing like that.
One more
hard.
That is that one. Gotta live my life 'cause there's one more.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like he can go that route, like how Jada did. Like Jada went the B-side route and brought Fab to his world.
Well, that's because Fab was loafing though. Like Fab should have did the same thing I'm telling Snoop to do. Fab was in there loafing, trying to play with niggas and shit. You got a street hit. I got a street hit too. Like, nah, hit this nigga over the head with throw it in the bag. Little more joints. Like this nigga can't compete with that. Get him out of here. But Fab trying to play in the same game as DMX. Playing in the same game.
It's Jada.
Jada. And Snoop is a savvy vet, man. Snoop ain't finna come play.
Used to be my dog. You was in my left titty.
Scream, ride or die. I thought you would die with me.
That was hey, you got X fuck
hey,
that he can.
That might be the one he win.
Oh,
because if that ring off, like you got to play, he got to go first when he played that too. I don't know. That's a cool come in.
That's what I'm saying. He's got more B-side.
He can win that.
That's all I'm saying. Snoop can't match those type of records to me.
Snoop ain't got that like emotion. Snoop he doesn't have a lot of emotional raps.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of clever, a lot of funny.
Storytelling and shit.
OG storytelling shit, but it ain't a lot of emotion in it. DMX is like probably the most emotional rapper ever, other than Wale.
Other than Drake.
Drake, Wale, and DMX.
How's it going down? It's on till it's gone, and I got to know now. Ooh, is you with me or what? Hey, man, this will be closer.
No, it's not gonna be closer than you think. It's not gonna be that at all. Like if Snoop come with his game face on, man, this ain't even like play those in intermission, nigga.
I'm excited.
A better chance. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to see. Though it's not the pairing that we were talking about with the T.I. 50, it ain't that type of energy, but it is a different type of energy that has been presented to Verzuz before, and I'm excited to see these two guys interact. Both legends, like it's gonna be dope.
I'm just glad we have a new one. I was sitting here thinking to myself, all right, when is the next? Like, what you doing, Swiss? Like, what we doing? Let's go ahead and announce the next joint. We'll never get that 50 and T.I., and that's a shame. But man, people they stopped talking about that. 50, that's already old news.
50. I just listened to that part in 50 book again today, when he was talking about the engagements that he has, like him being very cautious of people who he engages with because he feel like that it helps them out more than it helps him. He gave the example of Rick Ross. 50's retarded for that, but hey.
Yeah, that's how he think, man.
This would have been a good moment, him and T.I., man. That would be fun.
But
this is going to be dope too.
Y'all let us know what y'all think. We know, obviously, by the time you hear this early Wednesday when we drop it, you may get this a little bit later than the actual joint when it happens. You may listen to this after the fact, which is why we wanted to do some prop bets, kind of have some fun with it. But let us know what y'all think at OndeckTV Podcast on Instagram. Who do y'all think will win and what is the score? Definitely got to go live after that joint is over with too, man. Y'all fuck with your boy.
I'll be down in there with you, man, if it ain't too late. I go to bed early.
I got a bedtime too. They can't keep me up at like that.
What about Ross and T.I.?
That's a good matchup. T.I. wash him, but it's a good matchup though.
That'll be close.
T.I. wash him. No. Ross ain't got hit. Ross will keep close with like B-side shit.
Yeah.
Like his B-side, like
Ross
Justice League and
Ross gonna animate it up too. Like he gonna sell the song. He gonna win 2 rounds just off selling that motherfucker.
That shit gonna be fun. And he gotta play all the Maybach musics. He gotta play all of them.
Like that's some shit that Ross will do. Like he'll play the Maybach music with Tip on there. Like I can't lose this. You hear you on there. Like that's some shit Ross will do.
Yeah, he gotta do that. He gotta do that. Y'all let us know who y'all think will win, man. We got some wins and losses, man. What we got?
We got some wins and we got some losses, man. If you guys have been accustomed to the show and how we've been getting down, then the last segment is our wins and losses. The first L goes to your man's Benny. Benny the Butcher is talking about dropping a double album, man. Tana Talk 3 and 4 dropping together. Good move or bad move, man?
This is an L. This is the delay in that full-length Benny project that I've been asking for what seems like forever. The holdup is he wants to drop a double album. Bro, this is not 1998. I'm not going to Sam Goody to go get the album. Like that's erased. The nostalgia is gone from that, fam. Put out 14 of them bangers and quit bullshitting with yourself, dude. We do not need a double album, Benny. I'm sorry. He's probably the hardest nigga rapping right now, and I need a full-length project yesterday. Oh, you're waiting on a double album? Come on, son.
These niggas have done an impeccable job of, like, building up for their albums. Him, Benny, Westside Gun, and Conway.
That's true.
Like, enough already, nigga. Like, enough already of these little fucking 9, 4, 3 songs. Like, enough, dude. Give me that full length big boy that you want to drop on Shade that you say gonna change the game. I am ready for that shit, nigga. Come on.
Yeah, I seen Westside Gun is gassing his project up, boy. He does a real good job of
hear it like that again.
Of self-promoting his own joint. Very WWE like. and I respect it. But he does a good job of it.
Absolutely, man. A W to your man's YG, probably the best just dressed rapper in the game. He's donating proceeds from his new merch to black businesses in LA. No shouts out to YG.
No, absolutely, man. Donate the proceeds. He's doing something with his dollars, and I like that he's being specific with what it is that he's doing it with. He's donating it specifically to black-owned businesses in South Los Angeles.
Yep, and his
thank you.
Always dope to give back, especially locally. You get to see people in black businesses do their thing.
Did you see the merch?
I ain't checking for
fuck the police shorts.
Is that what?
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, man, I'm with you. I know what you mean. I'm not wearing the fuck the police shorts though, bro. I'm just not.
If I had a little nephew or something that was like 19, 20, and he can run with them all day.
I'm too old for that.
I'm not rocking those.
No.
W to my guy Royce, the Nickel 9, responding to Lazy Bones. What about black on black crime when people were talking about Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. Shout out to Royce. He put 3 separate videos up responding very eloquently, very clearly to Lazy Bones. What about black on black crime? And I thought it was dope. I watched all 3 of the posts. I thought he made a lot of sense, and he was able to convey his message without demeaning Lazy Bone. He said that was fam. You know what I mean? Gave him a lot of respect, and he understands why people would take that stance. It's very easy to take that low-hanging fruit, but he explained why, that's not a thing and why that's not applicable to the issues that are going on with the Black Lives Matter movement. So shout out to Royster 59. I had a conversation very similar to that with one of my homeboys about the black on black crime. And he kind of went about what's going on. The numbers in Chicago looking nuts right now. And, so I had to explain something kind of similar to him.
Crime guy?
No. I had to explain something. I had to explain to him like why that's not the same thing of what's going on, and it's more of a deflection that people like to use.
It's fake fucking news.
I mean, it is. What the term black on black crime is fake news, but the 120 people shot in Chicago is not fake news. So
it goes, true, and that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole other show. But the numbers are not fake, to my knowledge.
Numbers are not fake. Those are real numbers. People are dying. I don't want to dismiss that at all. You're absolutely right about that.
It's a conversation to be had for sure. You don't need to have it in response to somebody saying Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely. Star Royce 59, like you said, those 3 videos were great. Royce is getting on that list for me of, like, even though I do enjoy his rap, the personality, like, I think we need somebody like Royce 59 doing what he does. I just listened to an interview with his on Jamil Hill's podcast like last week, and he was bodying it. Man, he's just I love the space that he's in as far as his battle with alcoholism and where he is now and how he explains that for people who have dealt with that. Like he's in a very dope space, and he's like a very much needed voice in hip-hop outside of the booth and inside.
Absolutely.
A big W for your mans. I know you cried when you heard this. Logic is dropping his last album, man. He wants to focus on fatherhood, being a father. So this is going to be his last time out, man. Are you sad?
No, not at all. Logic gets a lot of hate.
Because he's trash.
Well, no, people like to run with the Joe Budden when he said that he was the worst rapper of all time or whatever. And it's let me be clear. That's fucking hilarious, number one. But Logic is not the worst rapper of all time, even though it's funny.
He's up there.
And he makes pretty decent music. This album will be executive produced by No ID. So that should be very interesting of how it sounds. I will be checking it out. Huh?
No ID done tracks with him before. They work.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. Yeah. No, Logic makes actually some decent music, especially some of his old Sinatra mixtapes.
Logic doesn't sound like anything. Like Logic is too many different samples of other rappers to be considered, I think, dope. That's why people.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's dope though.
Time. Well, I think people call him slob because he's just like he's like a cover rapper.
He's easy to hate, bro.
He's like a cover rapper, like a cover singer.
G-Eazy is a cover rapper.
But G-Eazy at least has his own style. Like all of these styles that I've heard Logic do have came from just like hijacking somebody else's shit.
I'm listening to it, man.
There. I wish him much success in his fatherhood, man. We ain't got to worry about talking about Logic no more. It's the biggest takeaway from me.
Shout out to the On Decker of the Week. We are taking this straight from iTunes. People have been commenting on iTunes. We appreciate that. We have a brand new one from The Life of Pablo. I love that name. I love that shit.
I would have
5 stars, grade A podcast. On my soul, it don't get no better than this. Best hip hop podcast, no capper. I appreciate that, Life of Pablo. Good looking. Y'all go on iTunes, give us a comment, man. That helps in that whole fancy iTunes algorithm to get pushed up so more people can get some of this heat rock, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Y'all go rate, subscribe, like, do it on the YouTubes too. This video should be on YouTubes. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers. We
I like
almost there.
Yeah.
You know, you guys helped us get to the 100 mark on our comments on iTunes. So for YouTube, and what we're focused on is you guys getting us to that 1,000 mark on the Realville Media YouTube page. So you guys go check that out and subscribe, rate, like, be a members to our page, and make sure you get those alerts from us.
Yeah, link is in the bio for the YouTube page. Subscribe and tell a friend. We'd appreciate it. You got something to put me on?
Yes, I do, man. Actually, a couple of things. First and foremost, before we get out of here, R.I.P. John Lewis. Secondly,
absolutely.
Well, the Marbury doc, I'm not sure if I said that before, so I want to do 2 put-ons.
Okay.
That kid from Coney Island, like, that shit was so fire. Because it reminded me of that. Like, I remember that. Like, I remember playing live around that time, that 95 draft class. That shit was great. Great job by those guys in that documentary. And up your alley, if you're making investments or want some information about what's going on now and effects long term from this COVID thing, Peter Schiff, he's an economist. He was on Joe Rogan. It's like a 3-hour conversation, but it is absolutely fire. He's giving you some preparation tools for what's upcoming with the economy. He was the guy that predicted the housing market crash in 2006. He was on Fox News in 2005 talking about the real estate markets were going to crash. Whenever that was from the recession. But y'all check that out. His name is Peter Schiff. He's on Joe Rogan. It's like one of the last 3 episodes that he dropped. Really good information, man. Grab your pen and pad and zone out and listen to that.
Yeah, man, I had somebody come through. I had a contractor come through, look at the crib, and I asked him how business was during the pandemic.
Popping.
Yeah, he said, "Bro, what pandemic, fam?"
Popping.
He said, "Bro, stop." He said, "Man, stop watching the news and whatever it is that you planned on doing or starting or building." He said, "Bro, keep doing it, bro. Like, don't. The news is meant to kind of discourage you from doing that stuff and to kind of scare you, bro. It's people out here getting money and spending money, so don't stop."
And it's a perception there too, though. Just to be fair, like there are industries that are being affected. He just happens to be in an industry that's eating right now.
Facts. And there are also more industries that are eating that you may not be aware of, and the one that you're trying to get into may be one of them. So if you're able to,
doing what you do,
take advantage.
But one of the service industry, like people are at home, people got stimulus money, they got that extra money on their unemployment check. Oh, let me get this room painted. Let me get this wall built. Like people are doing shit like that now. But people like in the restaurant industry, things like that, those are hurting. They're hurting. But that Peter Schiff, like, listen to that. I know you have a couple investments that you like. Listen to that. He giving you good information on there.
I'm gonna check it out. I have one thing to put you on and one thing to put you off. I'm gonna put you off of that Netflix movie with Omar Epps.
I can't believe you watched that. Shout out my guy Sean Walsh. Y'all some good niggas, boy.
Yeah, you know them. You know the guy. I want to watch that shit, man. Nia Long, she still got it. Shout out to her. Omar Epps. It's called Fatal Affair. It's super slow. Oh my god! Like it's not even. See, I thought it might have been one of those so bad it's actually kind of entertaining. Nigga, it's just some slaw.
Nia Long blamed it on the lack of diversity. She said
diversity where?
No black writers or black people that were really in the ground breaking building.
Well, I mean,
can you tell?
Okay.
It seemed like not a lot of black people were involved.
I didn't get that vibe. I just got the vibe of a bad movie we've seen 1,000 times. The concept has been done 100 times. And so I don't give a fuck who was in there writing this shit, dude. You could. I don't see a way where you could have had somebody write that to be like, nigga, that shit was fired. No, bro. It's a played concept that we've seen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that we've seen done better.
Some breaking news from Kanye West's Twitter.
Oh shit! All right, what we
He
got?
says he put his life on the line for his children. That Norse mother would never. Oh, I ain't even reading that. It
Okay.
has everybody knows the movie Get Out is about me. Says Kanye West. Kanye West also said, "Chris, don't play with me. You and that call me CALMYE are not allowed around my children. Y'all tried to lock me up." Then he posted the YouTube link, and then he posted the thought bubble.
Oh man.
That other one I didn't read. I'll have to send it to you. Like, I'll let people look at that on their own. I don't know what that one was about.
I'll be editing this out, man. I can't take no more L's for yay. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Niggas was hitting me up and like, man, make sure you go hard.
Absolutely. I can't take no more of this shit, dog. But no, I'm not selling my Yeezys. I'm just fuck out of here.
Out of here, man.
Last thing I do want to put you on though, and shout out to J Hope because he put me on this. I've been big on trying to get my water intake to where it need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Big Dog 90-ounce joint. It got the times in which you're supposed to be drinking it right there and shit. It's just super helpful though. Like, nigga, it help you get your water intake throughout the day. It's like 100 ounces. It makes it dumb easy. Cop that bitch on Amazon. Super clutch. I've been on it every day since.
You seen the Amazon video about the nigga that invested in those right there? Nigga made some. Look it up when you get done. He made a killing off it. I don't know if it was a woman or a man. I think I remember it being like a little Chinese guy.
Oh, okay.
But he was looking up shit to sell on Amazon, and he came across it. And I don't even want to name the number, but
listen, I copped. It's fire. Yeah. Like it's a basic product, but it's like needed though.
Good, yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So get your water intake up. Go on Amazon, copy the big boy bottled joy jug, man.
Take your vitamins too. That'll help.
Absolutely. Take your Flintstone vitamins like Lou. Hey man, we are out again. We appreciate it, man. I wanted to do a giveaway, and I'm mad because I didn't think of this until after the fact. But I have a DMX hoodie from his show here in Atlanta, and they gave me the wrong size. I can't fit this shit. It's too small. And I want to figure out how we can give it away, man. Maybe we'll do something on YouTube soon to commemorate this battle when it's over it, man. Keep your eyes on YouTube and on the IG for sure.
Sure. We appreciate it, man. You guys joining the OndeckTV podcast. We back in the video saddles, quarantine style, as you guys can see. We out.